Good. Hey everybody, it's Dr. Nicole Freels here. Another nail video, and this is a really good one. Wait till you see this gigantic, it's like a ram's horn with debris, and it's kind of growing in a really interesting direction. So we're gonna get started. I'm gonna have to tell you, this is gonna take some work. So I gotta take my jacket off because I'm gonna start sweating, and dust is gonna be everywhere, and it's okay because I'm a podiatrist. So let's get started on these toenails. The first thing I like to do is inspect in between the toes, because there can be so many different things that get trapped in there, a lot of debris. You can get athlete's foot, things like that. So clean over here. Let's make sure we don't see any over here as well. This guy, we soaked it for what, 15 minutes?
Yeah.
And we soaked it in a soap called Relax, which is infused with lemongrass, clotrimazole. Clotrimazole is an antifungal. So it's a prescription strength antifungal that is, designed to soften the nail. Which one would you like? Let me have that guy. Thank you, ma'am. Okay, let's get, these are going to be the easy ones. That big toe.
Yeah.
When's the last time you were able to trim that guy?
Oh, it's been a while.
It's been a while.
Yeah.
I had a lady yesterday who had not, thank you, ma'am, had not been able to, understandably, because they were so hard, which is why I took my jacket off. I was like sweating, trimming her nails yesterday because they hadn't been trimmed in, I think, 8 years.
Oh, my goodness.
Because these are really hard to trim when they get really thick like this. How tender is that big toe for you?
Not really that I know of.
Okay. So it's not really bothering in shoes or anything?
No.
Okay. Well, I'm not going to lie. It may get a little tender when I'm trimming it. So if I need to stop, you just let me know. And then after I get the bulk of the nail, okay, so just relax that foot. And what I like to do is kind of find what I call a portal of entry. Like, where is a weak spot? If you've ever shucked oysters, I'm going to move this out of the way just a little bit. I'll move this. If you've ever shucked oysters, you're looking for that spot that you can kind of grab a hold, and then all of it just releases. You okay?
Yeah.
As good as you can be, right? You know what I might do is just raise you up. It's a little easier for me to have a little more strength to it. Maybe that, or I just need to lift weights more.
Okay. I was telling her I was in a car wreck about, I think, 2018. I tried to look all that stuff up, but anyway. And I had a hip socket replacement. Should have had a hip replacement, but I didn't do that. That's why I'm kind of stiff. You see me struggling.
Oh, yeah.
I don't move as good. And because they sent me to Cardinal Hill for some therapy. And I remember there was a doctor there, and he tried to drill that toe or clean it up.
And how'd it work out?
Maybe it was good for the moment.
Good for the moment. You had bigger things. Just relax that foot if you can.
Yeah.
Kind of makes it a little easier for me to manipulate the toes.
Okay.
Come on, no whammies. You let me know. Because right now that fungus just wants to, it's so soft where we've been soaking it. You just want to kind of delayer. Oh shoot, I'm gonna have to get some more nippers. I know the squeaking can drive people crazy. I really should have check all the nippers for squeakiness. There we go. Oh man. I was like, if that happens, come on. And, oh yeah, now we got, so let's get this oyster shell off here. Just relax that toe for me. I know it's hard. You're trying to help me.
I'm not looking. I'm looking at the TV.
I don't blame you.
Yeah.
I don't blame you. It's kind of natural when someone's kind of playing around with your feet to kind of tense up and tighten up. So, you doing okay? I want to get there, but it's almost impossible to get it. Oh, relax that toe.
Okay.
I feel you helping.
Yeah.
Here we go. Your toe's strong. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, come on, we are so close. I'll just get in a couple bites. Hoping to get it to come off at one time. But it's just growing in a direction that just crumbly. You okay? You're gonna feel like so free when this is off. Oh yeah, come on. Good? Man. Ah. Hallelujah. Everybody
I was
rejoice.
breathing like I was.
You were a little
labor.
Moz.
Yes, I was breathing.
I don't blame you. Now all of this is so soft under here, that hard exterior. I'm so glad we soaked it in Relax. That really is able to soften it up significantly.
You're wonderful.
I'm not done yet.
Okay.
You give me that toe.
Okay.
If you let me have it, I'll be.
Tensing up on you.
No, it's okay.
Yeah.
Well, this is, our toes are tender. That hurt? Or just kind of sound?
Yeah, just.
We're getting all that
just a
fungi
little
off.
bit, yeah. I
Um,
think the toe is stiff or not,
yeah.
I think that when you move it, that kind of hurts.
Oh.
The cutting doesn't.
Yeah, more,
hurt. Yeah.
probably got some arthritis in there. I want to
Yeah.
kind of I'm going to grab a curette. Curette. Uh-oh. Katrina, can you radio?
Can I get a carrot? It's 123.
Stat. Make him think it's important. Okay, because I just want to be able to get that debris out without...
A carrot to 23.
So... And if you are watching this at home, obviously soaking your feet 20 minutes or so is ideal. And then once they're trimmed and smoothed down, I would actually soak them again and look at getting, thank you, ma'am, a nail brush in here to get out more debris. Because as you can see, the fungus just wants to completely fall apart, really. I'm gonna move this chair down because I can see a little better. You want me to see. All right. Yeah, there's a lot back here I can still get, I think. Am I hurting your toe?
No.
Okay.
Just a little awkward.
A little awkward.
Yeah.
But think how good that you're gonna feel when you get out of here.
I might have to go dance.
What's that?
I might have to go dance.
Heck yeah. Ooh, I can get another big hunk there. I won't get too aggressive. You know how I like to do that, but being a perfectionist is kind of can be a bad thing when it comes to these toenails. Because you don't know when to stop. You just keep going. I'm going to tilt you this way. See if I can't get a better angle here. There we go. I mean, we have gotten so much off of this. Super important to get these edges because this can create ingrown toenails. And that the fungus just loves to build up in there. We were talking before we started filming about options of Lamisil, laser therapy. With circulation, like hers, we kind of don't want to do Lamisil because it's so harsh on the liver potentially. And with circulation issues, how much of the medicine is actually getting down to the toe? So that, of course, is concerning. So we had also talked about using our machine, which is a laser, to get, oh yeah, that's looking good, guys. And I'm going to smooth it down after this, so wait.
Oh, okay.
Wait for the Dremel action coming. Okay. Here we go.
I think it's just an awkward hurt. You know, it just.
Well, I'm going to quit playing around with him after this, and then we'll smooth him down, and then I've got it.
Used to being moved.
What's that?
I said it's
not
just an
moved?
awkward hurt, not used to being moved.
I guarantee you've got arthritis in there. That's okay. All right, Katrina, let's go to the other side. I don't know if my nose starts running because I'm like bending down like that, or I mean, it's Kentucky. Everybody's got allergies and whatnot. I like to take little bites. If some people, when they trim their nails, they take one big bite, you're inevitably going to get some skin when you do that. So you got to go slow. And really, it's a feel thing. Yeah, I can see a lot, but I've got to make sure that when I kind of start gently clamping down that you don't feel it.
Yeah.
And I know if you don't, then I'm safe. So I kind of do like a little bit of a and then I clip. It was highly technical. Okay, we got another one here. Ooh, this one's nice and soft. Yes. Get this, Katrina. Soaks go a long, long way. That's why everybody trims their nails after they get out of the shower. You know?
Yeah.
Do you have any questions for me?
Not really.
Okay. We talked about maybe just doing maintenance. Maybe, you know, keeping them trimmed.
Keep them trimmed, and so this doesn't happen again.
What I would do if I were you is use that medicated soak that we used today, the Relax, and use the topical. It's called Repair, which is an antifungal as well. Those two should really help keep this at bay because we don't want it to continue to proliferate and grow at the rate it is.
Yeah.
This guy's not even attached. Okay. How's this toe? Is it stiff like the other one?
Yeah, kinda. Oh.
Yeah, look at that. All of that wasn't even
Look at
attached. It's just, and when we don't trim it back shorter, it provides this little, I don't know, like a little roof for fungus just to continue to proliferate. So I had a patient yesterday, she's like, you're gonna trim my toenail back that far? And I was like, it's not even attached.
Yeah.
And fungus is just having a heyday underneath this protective roof. So yeah, you do wanna trim them back as much as you can, comfortably. And if anybody's trimming your nails and they're bleeding, I mean, does it happen on occasion? Absolutely. Because we just can't predict the skin that's under there sometimes. But if that's a routine thing, then that person should not be trimming your nails. Because nails, as you can see, what we started with, and don't jinx myself, but we haven't had a drop of any bleeding. And sadly, I hear a lot of horror stories about people getting their nails trimmed, and they think it's normal that the nails should be or their toes should be bleeding. There we go. Get a little bit of that gunk. This one's not nearly as thick, but it's still digging in that corner. Getting in that corner. It just continues to build and build and build until you just say, you know what, enough. Enough is enough. Fungus is hard to get rid of. It really is. Sometimes treating an ankle fracture is easier than getting rid of this stuff. Because it's so dependent on your immune system. Which I'm actually researching a lot more. People that aren't able to heal from an injury or something like that, it could be that their immune system isn't strong enough to mount a response to heal it. Is this one stiff too? There we go. You know, I hate having my toenails done by anybody else. I don't get pedicures because I can't stand, I'm always afraid someone's going to cut me because my, I guess, student partner in podiatry school, she about clipped the end of my toe off. And so I have not had anyone touch my toes. Thank God the professor jumped in right before she was getting ready to, because they walk around to make sure you're doing it appropriately. That edge, it's so annoying. I can't get in there the way I want. I don't want to hurt you. Is this okay? Am I torturing you?
No, it's just awkward.
Awkward?
Yeah, it's not.
Sometimes my niece can't even stand the thought of a needle. The thought. I'm like, it's not even in the room. Yeah. It's nowhere. What are you just thinking about it? Which is exactly like my brother, who passed out at my grandpa's the first sight of blood. And so we knew then, it's like, okay, this is not a career for him. Yeah. Just digs and digs. I mean, you could...
It's more awkwardness, and your toes are not used to being touched.
Exactly.
That's the feeling.
And they're so sensitive.
Yeah, sensitive.
Do you want to pop over here? Or we can start over here. All right. We'll start with the big guy here.
Okay, so what's that?
This is a Dremel. Mm-hmm. So it's basically an electric file.
Okay.
So I'm going to get the bulk of the work done with this. And then I have a different piece that's going to do kind of some detail work. Just going to kind of moisten these up. And then we'll get y'all cleaned up and lotioned and then the whole kit and caboodle here. Does it feel weird?
Yeah.
Yeah, some people do that.
Yeah, you're just not used to your toes being bothered. Yeah, because I wondered, I said, they probably just going to look at me today and tell me to come back later.
Oh, no! Can't do that.
Can't do that. I'm not complaining.
Good.
Everything is good.
Well, I mean, you can come back if you want. I figured you'd want to take these toenails home with you.
Yeah.
Pretty much down to I like it to really get in these edges here. Okay. All right. Finally getting this corner that's driving me nuts. We used to have our own pedicure area here downstairs. But it was so busy. We needed more room. This is before we had this spot up here.
Oh, okay.
But we still get queries about opening it back up. Let's do some cleanup over here. See what we're working with here. Ooh. Look at that. Looking a lot better. I'm sure it's... Sorry, I'm sorry. You're ticklish. I'm sorry. Oops. Oops. Okay.
New feet.
That's right. Well, let's pop over here, Katrina. Eat my nose. Okay. Let's go over here. Go. Yeah, this guy is a little bit more aggressive. That's why I just like to get the bulk, like this guy. Are we ready? And that's just alcohol I'm squeezing on there, so try to maintain as clean environment as we can. Okay. Am I hurting that toe again? He just doesn't like to be touched.
Yeah, a little bit.
Well, and also having that buildup on there for so long, it creates a lot of sensitivity because this hasn't been touched, and I don't know. Okay.
So will this have to be done occasionally, or hopefully?
I would recommend every couple of months.
Okay.
That would be your best. Sorry, I'm a little guy again. Not much there.
Make sure there's no buildup or nothing coming back.
Exactly. Yeah, you just want to maintain it because fungus is, it's alive. It's living, and it wants just to continue to grow and proliferate. What's that spot I couldn't get with that curette? There. And then I'm going to put some lotion or cream on your feet and let you sit here for a couple minutes just to let everything dry.
Okay.
So I don't want you getting up on that floor and slipping.
Yeah. There's a little dark spot right there.
I know.
I can see it from my angle.
Well,
and it looks like we just about got it, though. I think.
Yeah, it's a sock fuzz and just some debris.
Yeah, okay.
Hanging behind that ledge next to the cuticle. Finally getting somewhere on that corner. Really excited to see the final product here. I bet you are too. That toe pressure's okay, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just
Yeah. It's like, well, you're not hiding from us anymore. Okay. One more on the top. Feel this ridge on the back end here. Okay. Get some more gauze, get you cleaned up. What was that? Nothing to see here, guys. Nothing to see. Oh. Sometimes we have little kids in here and we have to do, ingrown toenails. It's so sad. It sounds like we're just torturing people here. Accurate. And get these, relax that toe again for me if you can. Yeah, edge. There we go. Now it's softening up. Okay. Yeah, really keep a close eye on these edges, okay?
Okay.
Because it's just wanting to hang out in there. Then we'll grab our cream. It's called Nourish. It is infused with peppermint and grapefruit. And it's a really good one because it's not greasy, so it's going to absorb in pretty quickly.
Okay.
Okay.
So anything special I need to use cream on them?
I mean, I would, got a little piece of mail right there, daily, just for, skin health overall. It couldn't hurt. And the way I look at it is the more your skin is resilient to, say, if you bump it on a car or something like that, and, it's easy to get a little skin tear. And so when we have better, like, hydrated skin, it can withstand if you have swelling occasionally or if you do bump it, anything like that. It's not going to be so traumatic.
Yeah.
All right, you. Well, give me just a second. We're going to let this dry in real quick.
Okay.
And then we will get you on your way. I'm going to set this down just because I don't want you falling out of there.
Okay.
But don't run out just yet. They're going to come and grab you.
Don't worry, I won't.
Okay. All right, guys. I told you that was going to be a good one. I hope you enjoyed it. I spent extra time on the cuticles just for you because I know you always give me a hard time. No blood. So, whatever. Don't forget to comment below, follow the channel. I don't know, all that stuff. I'll see you next time.